This is Wargaming, aka EU NAC. New ships, close test 13.11. Let me turn down music a bit. There we go. Captains, with the arrival of the holiday season, we have two new ships which will begin the testing process. American destroyer Hull. Wow, this looks a lot like Lesta's. What was Lesta's tier 10 called? Lesta has a tier 10 gunboat. What was Lesta's tier 10 called? USS Lynch? Yeah, this thing looks a lot like that one. It's also this... That thing has, I think, even longer turrets, 127mm long turrets. These ones look bigger, but also very long turrets. American Destroyer Hull, tier 10. A hypothetical design of a complete rearmament of USS Hull, DD-945, a first Sherman-class destroyer with the advanced 203mm Mark 71 guns developed in the 1970s under Major Caliber Lightweight Gun Program. USS Hull entered service in 1958 and had a Mark 71 prototype installed in the bow position from 1975 to 1979. I mean, technically this was a thing. They did put a gun here. So, like, this is surprisingly, like, a historically accurate thing. The problem is, though, they tried shooting it once or twice, and they only put one gun on the front, and they tried shooting it once or twice, and it fucked up the ship so badly that they replaced it with missile systems, I think in the late 70s or something. They put... Yeah, I know, it only had one 203mm gun in front. Yeah, they put it in the front, and they shot a couple of times, and it turns out that this kind of hull can't fucking handle it. This ship stayed all gun. Did it? Are you use this hull? This is World War II. Where's the later one? Here, DD-9 use this hull. Here we go. Okay. Hull's 8-inch gun. Okay, here's the story about this. Hull's 18-inch gun began firing tests in April 1975. This lasted in the following year and were reportedly successful. The ship carried the Mark 71 mounting during 1778 deployments and conducted more firing tests. The prototype gun was removed from Hull during her overhaul, and she spent the rest of the days with 3 5-inch guns. Oh, really? Really? Interesting. Was that what she just kept for the rest of the time? Really? A gunboat in the 80s? Interesting. Why did I remember that they replaced it with missiles at that point? Still, in terms of like historical references, this is surprisingly accurate. Like, it didn't get the guns all over, but you got to remember, Wargaming still doesn't know how to code different type of calibers on the same ship. They don't know how to do it, so it has to be the same on all guns. So, still pretty cool. Some varieties of destroyers in our game are often called gunboat destroyers and likened to cruisers in playstyle. Hull takes this concept to the extreme. While technically a sister ship of First Sherman, Hull instead mounts 3 single 203mm guns with characteristics similar to those found on Des Moines. Des Moines? That's pretty slow shells, but if it doesn't get the AP. While her damage per minute is mediocre due to the small number of barrels, the high fire chance and penetration of her HE shell will allow her to deal damage more reliably. Improved ricochet angles will allow Hull to surprise enemy cruisers. So is it getting super heavy AP like DM? Interesting. That's kind of scary. While she does have access to long-range torpedoes, they are similar to those on Fort Sherman, are extremely restricted in terms of launch arcs. It gets improved AP penalties. It might be more like New Orleans AP then. When it comes to survivability, Hull's large size, poor concealment, and low speed will be significant drawbacks. However, she boasts access to an array of improved consumables. A repair party with increased healing. So it's not super heal, but increased healing. An engine boost with similar characteristics to those found on French destroyers, so 20% boost. Improved defensive AA fire. Interesting. In battle, Hull acts as a formidable second-line destroyer. She will perform poorly in the role of direct contesting capture points and enemy destroyers. Her main battery poses significant threat to enemy ships. Similar to Elbing, Hull will perform best when firing AP into the broadsides of unsuspecting enemies. Interesting. Let's see. 24.9k and 19 millimeters, 12.3 base range. 12.3 base range, and you're gonna build AFT on this. So you're gonna boost that by 20%. So you're 14.8k range on the DD. That's very nice. That's a very strange AP shell velocity though. 899. I don't think 899 collaborates with anything actually. 899. Let me check that. That's DM shells are much slower. DM shells are 823. Actually 762 on the AP, so it's much faster. And I don't think even New Orleans has shells that fast. Wichita's New Orleans AP. Let's check it. 853 meters per second. So it's some sort of strange AP with improved pain angles, but significantly faster than New Orleans AP. It's a new shell. I think it's an entirely new shell. I don't think there is another shell like it. Alpha of 4.9k is also very different because these things have an alpha of... Well, this is heavy AP DM, so that's fucking with it. Center reserve. Yeah, it's 5,000 AP, whereas New Orleans is 4.6, so it sits somewhere between New Orleans and Des Moines, but has significantly better shell velocity. I wonder what the penetration value will be. That's very hard. It's hard to gauge here because we don't know what the Krupp is, and they don't tell us the Krupp. So we don't know, and we don't know what shell weights and so forth, so it's actually really hard for us to tell what the pen might be. Krupp is a wargaming number that they like to throw around. It's a hidden value that determines the hardness of the shell, and this greatly impacts your penetration. And it's usually hidden, and they rarely tell it. You only find it out later by data mining and shit, so... Interesting, 4.9k. Slower than Lynch, yes, but Lynch is 127mm guns. Depth charges, standard depth charges. Torpedo tubes, 4x1. Can you actually build damage in any way on this thing, like as a DD? Like, what can you actually build on a DD that gives gunboat wise? You can build this. Heavy AP is gonna be very nice on that thing though, I think. 7.5 alpha on such hard-hitting shells. That's actually significant. Thank you, Bumblebee. That's actually gonna be significant. It's gonna be like Elbing all over, where you're gonna build purely for the AP guns, isn't it? I think it is. It looks very similar. Where's our Elbing bump? Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We might want conceal. Depends on what kind of values we're talking here. Interesting. Max Torps Forks 1. So 2 per side, I assume. Let's check. Yeah, there's the 2 Torp tubes. Same as Sherman layout. Same as a Sherman layout. Oh, is that the DPM values? 168k HE DPM. Let's actually compare that. Let's actually compare that. 168k HE DPM. That's going to be quite low. So somewhere here between YY and Albaro. But the AP is going to be the big thing, which is going to 294k. That's really fucking good. Because you're also going to build it. You have improved pen angles and you have the higher caliber. You're guaranteed going to build it for the 7.5. And potentially with the speed boost. Thank you, Samfate, for the 19. You're guaranteed going to build the 7.5 and you're guaranteed going to build Fearless Brawler as well. With that speed boost, you want to be open watering for sure. So your actual potential is probably going to be closer to up here at the top almost. And the HE pen is also going to make the HE actually much more efficient because you're penning what, 34 millimeters, so you pen 32. Which means that unlike these guys that are going to be limited by what they can actually pen, you're gonna be consistently penning everything. You're gonna have actually the best pen of all of these guys. That seems very strong. Again, Torps, significantly limited though. Still, 16.5? 16.5 with 70. They hit really hard. Like, you do want to just vomit this out whenever you can. Because, like, every minute you launch both of these, you're not going to hit many because of how limited they are. But it does give you significant YOLO potential though, because this can one-shot the DD, basically. AA is 5 flak, 6.9k. Wait, is this dual-purpose guns? 5 flank? Yeah, AA defend. It's dual-purpose 203mm guns. That might be the first example of dual-purpose 203s in the game. I don't think they've done that before. Historically, it's extremely rare. Like, there's not many dual-purpose 203s. I think, was it DM or was it Salem ran proxy fuse, and they shot AA with their main guns. That was very late though, like Vietnam era or something. But this might be the first time in the game we see these being dual purpose. Might be the first time we might be seeing dual purpose. 1970 AA and still shit, yeah, of course. But the alpha is very high on the flak. And you gotta remember, you do get defensive AA, which makes the flak hit very hard. And it's 6.9 km range, so the flak might be pretty scary. That's like that's light cruiser AA range. Maximum speed, 33.9. Slow, but that's without the speed boost. Turning circle 680. This thing handles really well. Like, that's considering. Well, what the fuck was that? Okay, cool. It's doing some weird fucking screen shit. Are you sure I want to move it to this screen? Let's see. General. 5-3 rudder. Base. Sherman handling, I guess. Yeah, it's just copy-paste Sherman handling. It's copy-paste Sherman handling in every way. Knots, rudder, yeah, everything is copy-paste Sherman. Interesting. Surface detects 8 kilometers. So 6.5 at best. You might leave it at 7.2 and go full gunboat farm build. It's plausible, because 6.5, I don't know, the difference is you're going to be significantly faster though, so you can actually potentially run down DDs. No smoke, that's important. Wait, isn't it super heal with specialized repair? What are we dealing with here? We're dealing with 20 times 249, and then you run heal flank? 6k heals, and with superintendent you get 4 heals. Potential, that's a lot of healing potential on this thing, actually. That's a lot of healing potential on this thing. 24k healing on this thing. So basically you can heal your ship all over if you run superintendent. That's pretty fucking strong. Engine boost. Engine boost. 15% engine boost. Okay, not 20, 15. So we're going to be running speed flag because we're not demented. So that's going to put us at 35.5. And then we're going to pop the speed boost. 120, 120. You're going to run the speed module for sure. 41 knots. It's faster than Shima. Why is every ship these days faster than Shima? I remember one of Shima's gimmicks was that Shima is fast. Like, that's the saving grace of the Shima. Oh, it doesn't have any guns, but it's fast. And now every fucking ship is faster than it. But still, 41 with speed boost active. 41 with speed boost active. And the heal. No smoke though. So I mean, this is guaranteed you're gonna build Fearless Brawler on this thing. And you're gonna open Water Gunboat as much as you can. Dazzle, you don't build Dazzle. You don't build Dazzle. Dazzle is noob trap. Defensive AA, here we go. Average AA damage. Yeah, there's the 300% flak damage. See, I think this is actually gonna fuck a lot of carriers up. Like, not the good ones, but your average carrier that doesn't understand dodging flak. They're gonna walk straight into these. And these things are gonna hit like for 8k, 9k a pop. And it's 6.9k range, 100% accuracy on it. 5 each. I think this thing is actually gonna fuck with a lot of bad carrier players. Like, this because it's surprisingly hard hitting flak with defensive AA active. I'm surprised if they keep this, because it looks like this might be a ship that will actually shoot down planes. Not good planes. Like, if carrier understands to do this when they approach, instead of going straight like most of the bots do, they're not gonna hit flag. But if it's your average ape that honestly plays carriers, he's gonna hit a lot of this flag and get blown up. You gotta remember that you're gonna build, because it's gunboat, you're gonna build Fearless Brawler, open water gunboat. Fearless Brawler is gonna give you 1 more flag, so we're talking 6 flag. So now you're running 6 flag on this thing. You're also gonna build this, so it's gonna give you another 15% flag damage. Basically, everything that benefits gunboats benefits AA. So we're not talking 22. We're not talking, what was it, 22,400. We're talking, and then you times 3. Actually, it's 300% bonus. So you need to add in another 2576 here. Could that really be 10k flag? I think 10k flag with the build. That's surprisingly good. That's only with defensive AA active, of course, but that seems kind of nasty. That seems like really nasty. You don't normally have that much alpha damage on flag. Like, if you do, it's on ships that don't get defensive AA, or you have 2 flag like Elbing does. That thing has 5, 6 with this, bonus from this, defensive AA on top. That's actually Elbing does have defensive, but it has such a limited amount. That might be pretty nasty. It might get nerfed, because I feel like this might actually shoot down planes. And we know if there's one thing Wargaming is really allergic to, it's counterplay against subs and CVs. They fucking hate that. Like, the mere concept of counterplay existing makes them tilt. So, we'll see. We'll see. I don't expect it to last. I will say this ship looks really interesting, though. It potentially looks very strong. The biggest limitation is low-ish health pool, but honestly, it doesn't have it's not nearly as vulnerable as Sherman because it's so much faster, and it's got the heal. Like, Sherman is vulnerable. Thank you, Amaya, for the 63 months. Sherman is vulnerable because it's slow and it doesn't have a heal. This thing has none of those vulnerabilities. It's not slow, and it's got a heal to help mitigate damage. It's got access to HE AP, and it's AP that can Citadel cruisers. And the flak is much stronger. Yeah, this thing can be pretty nasty, I think. This thing can be pretty fucking strong. Ballistics will play a huge role, but initial impressions of the ballistics is that they're very fucking fast. Because, like, these are pretty heavy shells. They're 2 or 3 shells, and they're very fast. Yeah, this thing is gonna be, you build health on this? You've got to remember, building health is gonna improve the healing even more. I didn't count that. You got to remember, this is 10% of your heal. So building health is going to improve this heal by 10% as well. Sorry, it's 1% per second of heal, but still. Yeah. Kind of nasty. You're gonna run the new signal flag for the HP as well. I'd be surprised if they didn't nerf this. My first expectation of a nerf on this thing is they're gonna nerf the AA. Because the idea of something shooting down planes tends to be anathema in Wargaming's World of Warships, so. Very interesting ship though. I kinda wanna play it myself. I wanna fucking shoot down planes in this thing and smash people, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Italian cruiser Ferrante Gonzaga. Oh, okay. Is it their terrible camera, or does those turrets look comically small on this hull? Is it their terrible camera, or? You know that US-203 AP can do anti-DD full pens. Yeah, they don't give us the fuse timer, which is pretty important. They don't give us the AP fuse timer here. You got to remember that. Okay, first of all, the church verse is insane, but they don't give fuse timer, which means you can shoot AP at DDs in this thing, which is potentially fucking terrifying. Because that means this thing will hard counter basically every armored DD out there. Anyway, moving on. This looks like so much fucking broadside, though. It's crazy. Have you guys noticed that lately, cruisers have more broadside than battleships? Significantly, like, higher water lines than battleships. It's fucking absurd. But basically, all new BBs sit, like, this low in the water. And then the cruisers, and they're like fucking these skyscrapers in comparison. It's kind of insane. What is this? Once again. Yep, sorry. A hypothetical design of a light cruiser armed with advanced 135mm dual-purpose guns that were under development in Italy in the late 1930s. The ship's hull and architecture are similar to those of Duca degli Abruzzi class cruisers. Okay, I don't mean to jinx it, but the Abruzzi is a dogshit ship. It's about tier 6 and it's already dogshit. And this is a tier 9 based on it. We'll see, we'll see. Since the ship is an offshoot of the Condottieri cruiser line, it's named after Ferrante Gonzaga, the famous Italian condottiere of the... What the fuck is a condottiere? Condottieri? Dude, I'm just gonna call this the Gorgonzola, by the way, just so you know. For fans of glass cannon light cruisers such as Colbert, Ferrante Gonzaga will feel like home. Armed with a main battery of four triple 135mm turrets and equipped with HE/SAP, Gorgonzola is more than capable of dishing out the pain. But keep in mind that her main battery has a rather short firing range. Additionally, she is armed with long-range and hard-hitting torpedoes, albeit with only one triple launcher per side and a long reload. Ferrante Gorgonzola also boasts very good concealment for a cruiser and a formidable armory of consumables. An exhaust smoke generator with extra charges, emergency engine power, and a repair party will make up for a short main battery range, poor armor, and small hit point pool. Interesting. In terms of gameplay, Gorgonzola will act as an ambush predator, using her good concealment and high damage per minute to surprise and destroy enemy vessels. After launching an attack, exhaust smoke generator and emergency engine power will allow her to make a quick escape and fade back into safe waters. Be aware of your consumables cooldown and be cautious of enemy destroyers. If held spotted with no tools available, Ferrante will be sent to the bottom by enemy ships. Okay. It's gonna be Abruzzi armor, though. Let's see. 34.1. Okay, that's really squish. That is the definition of squish at... That's tier 9, though, to be fair. But still, that is very, very squish. Let's see. Cruisers, all... That is... Smolensk is 32.4. Colbert is 36.1. Interesting. Epstein didn't hang himself? I mean, why would I ban you? I mean, generally you have to be a pretty big ape to get banned from my channel. Like, most of the times we're willing to argue with people in chat. And, like, it's only when they never give up and they said, like... Yeah, honestly, I feel like getting banned by me is pretty easy. If I get tilted, I might ban you. But, like, getting banned by my mods, that takes effort. You really have to, like, screw the pooch to pull that off. I'm pretty retarded and Floto didn't ban me yet. Anyway. Torpedo protection, 16%. Main battery, 4x3, 135mm. Firing range, 13.4 km range. Woo! I don't like the 135mm guns. There's a specific reason why I don't like the 134mm guns. And that comes down to the fact that cruisers have a skill that give heavy HE. And, oh, actually, no, it's 149. So you can just run heavy. You'll be able to run this for free on it. 10%. That's pretty good. You're gonna get that for free. You're gonna get that for free. What else is open here? Oh, forgot this thing open. Fire range 13.4. Oi, oi, oi. 13.4. That is very bad. That is... Smolensk is 13.8 based, Colbert is 13.8, so it's less than those. You will, of course, run range. Well, not necessarily, like, it depends. You might run demented DPM builds. HE 23mm pen, chest core fire. Okay, pretty fast shell velocity. Maximum sap 30-50. 8.5 second reload. 8.5 second reload. What does this put it at? 165k HE DPM, 258k SAP. Okay, let me double check that. So what were we looking at? 165k HE DPM. 165, okay. Okay. Really? SEP DPM is 250. You don't pin anything either, okay? 258k SAP. So Austin SAP DPM? But you don't have a funny button. So it's stock Austin. That's what? Like 258. So here-ish? What? That's... Mentioner, thank you for the 50 months. Bro, that seems really bad. Am I missing something? That seems really underwhelming. Depth charges, ship-based. Yikes. Torp tubes, 2x3. 10 km, they hit really hard. You can build them for the 15% to hit for 24k. 25k, that's pretty nice. Actually, no, 23k. I can't math. Isn't it 15%? Yeah, it's 15%. Good speed, but then, well, it's only 3 really. And it's too many cooldowns, so yeah. Like, you're gonna run heavy sap, heavy HE to get 10% on it, so it's gonna be okay, but like, you're dealing with a lot of limitation here in terms of range and health and armor. If you ambush a DD, you will smash it, but I mean, there's a lot of DDs, cruisers out there that ambush DDs if they smash, or smash DDs if they ambush them, so I'm not sure. Secondaries are a joke. AA? 2 flak. Wait, what? Wasn't it dual-purpose, advanced dual-purpose guns? Advanced dual-purpose guns. 2 flak. What? Not very advanced. How do you translate 4x3 dual-purpose guns? 12 dual-purpose guns into 2 flak. I know my math isn't very good, but that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Maybe not the AA. It's literally counted as an AA defense. That's what dual purpose means. How the fuck does that work? This is wargaming, unless the wargaming. But so we have 12 135mm dual-purpose guns, advanced dual-purpose guns, and they got the whole incredible AA long-range DPS of 39, an incredible range of 5.2 kilometers, and they pump out the whole 2 flak at 1,540 damage. I don't understand. But 10 of the gunners are having lunch and siesta after. It's like one turret is shooting, and the other 3 turrets are like having pasta or something. I don't get it. Makes no fucking sense. Katsamoto. Tier 2, 95. Jesus Christ. Thank you, Katsumoto. I always find it crazy when people have like fucking 8 years of subscription to my Twitch channel. Like, how are you still around? I appreciate it, but Jesus. I've known you longer than I've known my wife. Okay, maximum speed. 35. 35. Okay. 35 though. Turning cycle 600. Rudder shift 8? Why is the rudder shift so bad? What? Why is the rudder shift so bad? Why does it deserve a fucking 8-9 rudder? What's the... Okay, what's this I said? You know... Whoa, what? Booster? Smolensk is 8-2. Wait, why are you losing to DM in rudder, bro? Why are you losing to Seattle in rudder? Bro, why are you losing to Seattle in rudder? What the fuck? Huh? Surface detect 11. Okay. You get 8 non-concealed. That's pretty good, but like... Okay, that's pretty good. 5 km smoke fang penalty. That's not that good. Damage control standard. Heal. Looks like a standard heal. That's not gonna heal you much at all. I mean, we can calculate it real fast. It's gonna be 28 times 170.5 times healing flag. 5.7k. You're healing the same amount as the DD is healing. Cool. Thank you, Dutchman, for the gift of sub. Exhaust smoke, duration 40. Reload them 160-second cooldown. What the fuck? Why is it a 2 minute 40 cooldown to use your fucking smoke if the gameplay is based around the smoke? What? 2 minutes 40 to use the smoke? What the fuck? Why? Is it gonna fucking break the game if it doesn't have to wait fucking 2.5 minutes to be useful? What the fuck? Emergency engine power, 40 seconds, 20% speed. Okay, so, wait, first of all, the majority of the time, this thing is going to be doing 36.7 knots, which is fucking tragic, considering the range and the speed, and the health and the armor, and honestly the fucking DPM. So this is what it's going to be doing the majority of the time. And if planes decide to perma-spot you, well, you're just fucked. You can't shoot down any of the planes. You're just fucked. Like, you're just gonna be perma-fucked by plane spotting in this thing. And then every 2 minutes, you can pop your speed boost. And you can pretend to be a Colbert. Well, not quite. 44. You can do 40. Like, you can be fast for 40 seconds. You can be fast for 40 seconds. Fans of Colbert will like this thing. I fucking have my doubts. Like, Colbert has... What was the Colbert speed boost? It was like 3-minute speed boost on a 90-second cooldown. And you run the modifier, the percentage modifier, so it actually becomes like a fucking 4-minute speed boost on a 90-second cooldown. So this one is 30 seconds longer and lasts 40 seconds. I don't know what I'm missing here. I'm trying to understand, but this thing feels like it's like really ass. Like, if it had really insane DPM to justify all the downsides, it could be interesting, because then it would literally be a fucking glass cannon. But they literally know it has short main battery range, poor armor, small hit point pool, but it's supposed to be a glass cannon. The only problem is I'm missing where the fuck the cannon is. Where's the cannon part of the ship? What's the cannon part? I don't get it. I mean, okay, so the Gorgonzola looks like that wheel of cheese needs to mature for a few more months at least before it has any hope of being palatable. But the hull looks really interesting. Potentially something that they will nerf, because it seems to have really cracked AA. And we know they don't like that shit, but we'll see. We'll see. Interesting. Interesting doublet. Interesting doublet. Interesting doublet. I mean, I've said it before, for every potato there is an equal and opposite potato. This devlog was kind of like potential really interesting, potential what the fuck is that? Dockyard chip? Yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it? Tier 9? Tier 9? But is it going to be Abruzzi hull? That's what I'm wondering. Is it going to be Abruzzi hull? I think we have Abruzzi here. Isn't it like tier... What is it, tier 6 or something? There it is. Abruzzi. Tier 7, sorry. It's like it looks identical to that thing, honestly. So it said 60mm armor, so are we going to assume they give it Abruzzi hull? Actually, chat, it's got the same speed. It's got the same speed. Okay, wait. 8.9 rudder, 6. It's a copy-paste Abruzzi hull. It's a copy-paste Abruzzi hull in every possible way. The speed parameters and everything. They just slapped a 20% speed boost on it and hoped, yeah, this is good. It's a copy-paste Abruzzi hull. So it's a tier 7 hull in every way. So I'm gonna assume this is the armor we'll get. Holy shit. So every form of HE is gonna overmatch or pen you, and every form of AP at the tier is gonna 25mm gets overmatched by 380, which at tier 9 is gonna be plentiful. So everything is gonna fucking overmatch you. Even your fucking the icebreaker, which is okay at tier 7, 30mm, is gonna be paper at tier 9. So in essence, you don't really have any fucking armor. You don't have anything back here either. I mean, considering you're probably gonna be mostly kited away in that thing, you can't go nose in without melting with that HP pool. So if you want to farm, you're gonna be kited away for sure. And the Citadel is fucking gigantic. Surely they'll have to lower it, right? They'll have to lower it. They can't expect you to fucking run around in tier 9 in this fucking coffin. Because like with the overmatch and shit, everything is gonna blow you the fuck away. And I mean, running into Malta with this, it's 1 AP bomb strike away from death. I don't know what they're cooking. But that wheel of cheese needs a lot of time. That wheel of cheese needs a lot of time, man. Holy shit. Wargaming hates light cruisers. Yeah, I'm pretty convinced they think Colbert is a mistake. Because it's one of those few ships in the game that rewards skill expression a lot. If you're really good, you're insane in it. If you're really bad, you die instantly in it. And that's like everything Wargaming hates about the game nowadays. Hildebrand might just one-shot this thing. Oh yeah, with the HE bombers. That's 7 up alpha? Probably pretty close. Oh yeah. You know what's really funny about this thing? If you run into a Shinano in this thing, Shinano can drop your nose in, and because they gave it overmatch, it can overmatch your icebreaker and Citadel you through the nose. Oh man, that's good design. And then you can try using your 2 flag to... Oh man, oh, that's gonna be good. Holy shit. Fucking love that.